Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. This guy right here is Evil Mike, and I got a review for you. From DC Comics, they're under their black label. This is Batman and the Joker, The Deadly Duo, issue number 2. It is art and story by Marc Silvestri, colors by Arif, Prianto, letters by Peteri, and the cover is by Marc Silvestri as well. I went with cover A. I'm enjoying Marc Silvestri's art in this. It is fantastic. That is by far the best selling point to this book is the art. Not only do you get the regular comic, but at the end you get everything in black and white as well, all the sketches and stuff. It's fantastic. But anyways, I digress. Before I get into the review, please like, comment, subscribe. It really does help this channel grow and gives me feedback on what I need to do. So let's get into the review. So after the first issue, and catch you up real quick, basically the Batman and Joker are kind of pseudo teaming up. It's more Joker, trying to convince Batman to help him. Somebody is in Gotham and he is like perpetrating, the Joker or something like that. We also found out in the first issue that Jim Gordon has been kidnapped, and at this point it's believed to be the Joker that has him. Joker stating that he doesn't know who's got him or whatever, but we did find out, and they show on the first cover that there is a lot of Joker-ish monsters, superpowers and stuff like that. So we are catching up, that's basically everything in the first book. Also Harley Quinn is captive by these said monsters. There is a leader that's behind them that we don't know about yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll get there. The book does start out with these two random kidnapped persons, which we find out who they are at the end of the book. But basically, we catch up with Jim. At the end of the first book, we did see that they were already torturing Jim Gordon, and they supposedly sent like a finger to the police department, and that's kind of where, like, it's just basically like rewinding that scene where they're torturing Jim, and then basically the scene, it's another person that's with Jim, and he's being forced to torture Jim Gordon, or these other people are going to get tortured. So the guy's like, okay, I got to do it. I'm sorry, Jim. But we get back to where Batman and the Joker had just left off at the rooftops, and basically Joker's still trying to convince Batman that, for one, he doesn't know about the Jim Gordon thing, and two, to help him. And as soon as this goes down, that's when like the book goes into action mode. All these like Joker monsters just start attacking Batman. Joker, of course, is all tied up during this, but in Joker fashion, he, like you can see right here, he's simply helping out and stuff like that. Eventually Batman does, he calls to Batman, he's like, Bat, could you help me? And Batman throws a batarang and it cuts him loose. And I will say there's like 2 or 3 moments in this book where the Joker is actually the Joker, and he actually spits out jokes, and 2 of them are like fantastic, like got me to laugh hardcore. And I'm not just saying that. It's kind of a big thing for a comic book to make me bust out laughing kind of thing. A smirk, or that's kind of regular. But okay, so anyways, we go back to the battle, and it's basically, Batman getting his butt kicked by all these, like, and they're super powered. Remember, they're just not just regular Joker, and you can see Batman's doing damage, throwing batarangs in their eyes, and using his armor. But basically, eventually, both Joker and Batman have to flee. Joker eventually is like falling to his death, and Batman has to, save, and they kind of like, as they're falling, they kind of crash into a window. That's what you're seeing here. After that, it's pretty much, Batman's wounded. He took a bad bite in the shoulder, which they show here, and it's kind of important. But after that, he calls the Batmobile. He does so in a fashion because he is so hurt from the bite. Like, he's lost a lot of blood and stuff like that. He's already at the point where he's about to pass out. Traveling with the Joker, he doesn't really trust Joker, so all his voice activated stuff is to get him like an emergency situation to help, but also like instantly it like secures the Batmobile from Joker trying to press buttons or stuff like that in case Batman passes out, which he does. And there's also, like, as you can see right here, the Batmobile actually has like a lunatic type button where he presses it, and basically like he gets wrapped in like a mental straitjacket. They do a catch up scene with Harley, showing that she's still alive, she's still stuck in the hole. The whoever's talking to her is basically like, hey, I heard the Batman and the Joker are teaming up together, that should hurt your feelings, and she just kind of makes a joke about getting some more ribs with bigger bones. The book does jump back over to, I guess, Batman in the Batcave, and it's been a couple days supposedly, or a day, and Batman is arrested and wounded by Alfred and Dick Grayson, Nightwing. They do show the Joker is he has been left in the car. It was like totally sealed. There is a bathroom joke that goes down that's pretty funny. While Bruce was recovering, there was like 3 things that was pulled from the bite. And not only that, but they actually managed to get a tooth from the fight, and they actually like encased it and froze it. But there was actually like an antibacterial, there was some DNA, which turns out to be some Joker DNA, but there was also some other DNA that was mixed in with it. A big portion of this book is very wordy at this point, and they're trying to explain that basically they found like a whole new compound, at like a new atom or something, that this bad guy has taken Joker's DNA, somebody else's DNA, and managed to mix them together and make something new. Batman's kind of stumped, the Bat computer is kind of stumped, and at this point, that's probably mystery A is going back to what the Joker monsters are. We do get to see how Batman treats Joker while he is locked up in the Batcave, and he basically has this mask, and it's got zipper seals over his mouth and his eyes, and he's all chained up to the chair. He's also got headphones on, so he can't see anything. There's like a close-up of the mask right there, which I think is the cover to the 3rd issue. It looks pretty dope. There's conversation that Alfred tells Bruce about he needs to make this meeting. Bruce can't do it, so he ends up sending Dick Grayson to take over, for this meeting. There is a man, he's running for mayor or something like that. He makes a big stand about Bruce Wayne not being there. Right here, as you can see, Selina actually shows up to the meeting. There is at the moment, there's not really any explanation on why she shows up to the meeting, but it is stated that she's allowed, and like Bruce is like welcomes her or something like that. So it's kind of like somewhere in the middle of their relationship type thing. Batman is arrested, catches up with Harvey Bullock, and basically he's trying to find. They're going back to the finger in the box. It was on top of the Gotham police station, of course, and the police don't know what to make of it, and Batman tells them it's Jim Gordon's finger. When Batman and Joker teamed up, and after he got him to the Batcave, Batman actually goes through Joker's possessions, like his pockets and stuff like that. The only thing that he finds that's irregular, that Batman points out as super irregular, is a phone. After questioning Joker, he finds out that the bad guys gave Joker a satellite phone with instructions on it, basically saying going to Wayne Recycling Plant north of Gotham midnight. There's a part of the book where Bruce talks about that this used to be his father's like steel mill, and he turned it into a recycling plant, but it was Thomas Wayne's like property or whatever. I wouldn't say a big portion, but there's a little bit about Bruce growing up there, and he actually used to hunt ghosts in the old recycling facility, and basically the one place that he thought was haunted in the place turns out to be where all these Joker monsters are hiding. Batman goes in there and instantly he's greeted by the voice. The voice tells him that the Joker was supposed to be there and he had instructions. Is Batman taking his place? Batman actually says he's not, and he's just there on curiosity alone. They usher him forward to a door, mentioning that he needs to watch out for all the Joker monsters, like Batman didn't know that. But he does go through the door and he finds two people that are like chained up in a room, with a whole bunch of like books and papers that are like just piles of it surrounded by them. Batman quickly finds out that the Joker was supposed to come in here. He was either supposed to pick the man or the woman, to die. One of them has to die, and basically all the papers around them are all the reasons why one person should live over the other. After hearing this, Batman quickly takes Joker's place and tells the people that he will decide, which one will take the place. The actual narrator says now that's a fine motion, and he is curious on what Batman's going to do, and he gives him a 15-minute timer. At that point, we go back to the Batcave and we see like a little beep, 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 and that's the 15-minute timer clicking down. But also we see some other things. Joker's still zip tied up and, with the headphones. Dick Grayson's in the Batcave sleeping. No Alfred, and Batman's not there. And there is a warning that's coming on the screen that the DNA tissue is accelerating at like really too fast, and basically they kind of show you that at first there's like one tooth, then two tooth, then a whole bunch of tooth, and it's bursting out of the thing, and that's where this issue leaves us off by. Like I said at the beginning, it does give you like a black and white spread of like all the some of the badass action in the book. I'm not going to say it's the whole book, but it's a good portion of it. But that is the second issue of Batman and Joker, the Deadly Duo. In my opinion, it has been a fantastic read. It is so far one of the better Batman reads I've read recently. There's a lot of good Batman out there, especially recently, but this is hands down art and story. It's been really, really good. Hey, but that's my review. Like I said, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this book. Are you reading it? Are you picking it up just for the art? You let me know. I want to talk about it down below. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Bye.